Hi, everyone, and welcome back to your English grammar lesson. Now, today we are in Unit 3 still, and we're learning all about future tense verbs in this lesson number 7. So, your first question is always going to be, what is the thing we're learning about? What is a future tense verb? Well, I'll tell you. A future tense verb shows an action that's going to happen in the future, that will happen in the future. And I just gave you a little hint. I said will happen and is going to happen. Let's see how that plays out. Let's take a look at our first set of examples here. To form the future tense, we use will, like I just said, plus the base form of the verb. Base form of the verb. That's just the verb, okay? Just the verb. For example, play. That's the base form of a verb. It's just play. It's just the verb, right? So I will play soccer tomorrow. Tomorrow's the future, right? Will, future. Cool. Other future forms like going to can also be used for planned actions. Planned. That means I decided I'm going to do something. For a while, you and your friend were talking about going on a trip, right? You've already talked about it and you planned that the next month you're going to go. Going to go. See, it's for a planned thing that's going to happen. For example, she is going to study abroad next year. You don't just do that, you plan it, right? You don't just say, going to college. That's, well, maybe some people do, but I don't live that way. Let's take a look at some of our future tense verb rules, because rules, right? Rule number 1, use will plus that base form of the verb, which is just the normal verb. Example, will talk, will eat, will go. Rule number 2, use going to for actions that are planned or certain. For example, is going to eat, right? I am going to eat dinner later tonight. Are going to travel, so plural, right? We are going to travel to the Philippines. Rule number 3, for negative future, use won't, right? Short for will not. So we're going to join will and not into a won't to talk about things that we won't do, right? I won't talk or I won't go. I will not go in the future. And rule number 4, for questions in the future, use will before the subject. So, will you go? Will they come? Will you like this video? I don't know. Will you have any questions? Well, if you do, I hope you let me know. Now, let's take a look at our quick checkup because it's pretty easy. I think you will do really well. Fill in the blanks with the correct future tense form of the verb. Okay? Pause the video, take your time, and figure out, how do we write this? How do we do it for the future? I feel like I didn't even need to pause it. You just knew the answers, right? Because the future tense is pretty easy to do. Let's take a look at those checkup answers. Number 1, I will go. Easy, right? I will go to the cinema tomorrow. Number 2, they will eat dinner at 7 p.m. tonight. She will study. I see a pattern here, don't you? Will. For her test next week. Number 4, he will, or we will, not he, we will travel to Paris next summer. Number 5, he will call you later. And number 6, they will leave for vacation next month. Oh, that's pretty easy, right? The verbs are just the verbs, and for future, we just add the word will. That's pretty easy, right? It almost seems too easy, but it's not. It's really that simple. So let's take a look at our first example, or first exercise, not first example. Let's take a look at our first exercise. Write the correct future tense form of the verb in the parentheses, okay? Take your time, pause the video, and I'm sure I will see you in a few seconds. Okay, I'm pretty sure that only took a few seconds here. Let's take a look at our answers, okay? I will visit my grandparents next weekend. See how easy this is? It's really easy. Future tense is really, really easy. Number 2, he will play soccer tomorrow. 3, they will arrive at 6 p.m. tonight. She will go to work, or wait, she will work on the project next week. We will go to the beach next Saturday. Nice. You will see your friends after school. They will finish the report by Friday. I will help you with your homework later. We will buy new clothes next month. It's just too easy, right? It's too easy. Well, there might be a little trick in exercise number 2 where we're going to fix our paragraph, right? So take a look at this. Find and correct the incorrect future tense verbs in the paragraph below. Take your time. There might be a trick in there. Okay, you pause that video. Now let's see if you got it all correct. And I'm pretty sure you did. I'm optimistic. I'm very positive. I'm very positive that you did really well. Let's take a look here. Next week, Anna and her brother will go to the zoo. They will see many animals and they will take pictures. Afterward, they will have lunch at the zoo. Later, they will leave and go to the park. Ooh, where's that will go? We don't need it. Why? Because leave and go are both talking about the same thing. We don't need it. It's completely unnecessary. So let's just go. Anna will do her homework and her brother will play. Oh, see, there's 2 wills right there, right? Will do her homework and he's going to do something different. So he will do that. Whereas before, will leave and go, the same thing. So her brother will play the video games after school. In the evening, they will watch a movie together at home. They won't stay up late because they will need to wake up early the next morning. The next day, they will meet their friends at the mall. They will shop for clothes and will buy some new shoes. Will shop and will buy. Shop doesn't necessarily mean purchasing something, will it? Does it? Not will it. Does it? I've been saying will too much today, right? So will shop and will buy, slightly different. So we need the will. After shopping, they will eat lunch at the restaurant. Did you find and get all those correct? I'm interested. Leave me a comment and let me know if you got that go instead of will go. But I think you did. I think you did really well. If you have any questions, send me a comment, send me a message, and I will do my best to help you, okay? Now, I will see you for the next lesson on Friday, I think. But who knows? Only future knows, right? I'll see you later. Goodbye.